I think because I'm not streaming, I'm
Okay, we're live. Um, Hi everybody. Let me just pull it up on my phone so I can see the comments better. Well, hello and happy Friday to everybody. We have one person so far is coming in. Hmm. I love this. Well, we're in Aquarius season, right? And it is like to do with the frequency and the energies and stuff. Hi, Maria has perfect health.
yeah.
Nice to see you. And the little thumbnail I used was a lightning striking, but it was in a heart shape.
I saw that.
And I thought it was so cute because it is like a lot of the external, right? I'm going to call it the external world. It, the frequencies come in, but there have been, things are being heightened. And to me, that heightens our nervous system, and how we regulate our nervous system is sometimes it's really hard for people. And that's why Debbie's here. She's going to do a grounding and a bubble technique, I think. That's what you said.
We're going to focus on the bubble technique today.
And hi, everybody who is coming in. I can see the numbers, but I can't see everybody. So as we are taking a few deep breaths, we're going to get started. And please note that um, all Debbie's information is in the description box below. If you would like to get a hold of her or maybe buy one of her MP3s, they're available in her store. It's all down below if you need to know that. Is there anything that you want to comment on before we get started? What's going on?
I know some of our people on here are going to be watching this either live and you're lurking, and I feel into the field. So don't worry. Whenever we go to do this, if you have something specific, I'm going to be walking us through a bubble technique first, and that's going to help ground clear and to delineate your own space and bring you back into your own power again. And then as we work through this, if there is something specific, I'm not going to do a full meridian clearing today. What I thought I would do today is go ahead and you could type in if you have something specific. But if you're lurking or if you're watching on the replay and you have something in mind that you really need help with, just make your intent that anything that I do on here will work for you or for any of your pets. I'm primarily an animal energy healer, but humans are animals as well. And the meridian clearing that I'm going to be doing and the energy work that I do, it is universal.
Very cool. Yeah, the pets will naturally, my cats always naturally just kind of go to sleep and chill out when we're together. And yeah, that's good. The baby is doing good, by the way. She's very healthy. She's so cute. And she's my little, I just love her so much. She's such a sweet, my little dot.
Okay, so that's little. I was going to ask what the names were because I thought one was named Void and the other was named Dot. I wasn't too sure.
Well, I jokingly say Big Dot, Little Dot, and Tiny Dot, but Big Dot is actually Oliver, and her name, baby, is actually Fern, and Snuggles is the other one. So if she's in here, she may be. No, I don't see her. Her and Big Dot are always snuggling. So, but this is usually nap time, so they're so cute. But yeah, that's my heart there. They're so cute. So yes, the pets will definitely benefit from this. We will all benefit from this. As I was trying to explain to Debbie in backstage, it's been kind of spicy, electrical. Yeah. Turmoil, yeah.
Part of that is the electrical energy coming in from Aquarius. Yeah. I mean, the electricity is the symbol for that.
Yeah, it is. And we just had that new moon on Wednesday, And this weekend we have a powerful lineup. Well, it's in Pisces, we have the North Node Neptune Venus conjunct. That's a real dreamy energy. So really take that time. And
I didn't catch that. Which one was it conjuncting with?
North Node, Neptune,
Right.
and
No, Neptune. Okay.
Venus will
So
be
Neptune's dreamy. I was gonna ask.
27. It'll be
Yeah.
27 degrees Pisces, so 28, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And those later degrees of Pisces is, well, we got illusion and delusion on the one extreme end, but
Mhm.
the other end is where you can go into your imagination, dream, do dream big, write down your your perfect life or your perfect, something to get you focused on you, because this is really who's in charge here. It is our frequency, our energies that are being, um, hopefully we're raising those frequencies, right? But there's a lot of distortion in this coming onto the earth. Like
Mhm.
Debbie just said, it is Aquarius season, and that is energy. Like we got the sun doing things, we got the planets all lined up. I mean, two of them you can't see without a telescope, but they're going to be together like that until the middle of February. We have Uranus stationed direct yesterday. Jupiter will station direct on the 4th. And then I think we were just going to have one more. We're going to have one where we're all going direct for 4 days at the end of the month. I think it's February 24th through the 28th. So, but just it is quite an interesting start to the new year, even though it's I don't really think the new year starts until the year, the first new moon, and then we had the year of the snake coming in. We
Mhm.
have a lot going on, so it's a lot of that.
Transformation on top of transformation, and of course, if you're pagan and follow the old Druids, we
Mhm.
have Imbolc, which is
Yeah, on the first. Yeah,
Bridget, and
yeah,
that is literally coming up, and
yeah,
that's another fire ceremony. So we're
yeah.
adding fuel
Fuel to the
to the
fire.
flames.
Yeah. And that's tomorrow, right? So, wow, there is so much. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. But the point is for us to become stable in our own energy, anchor into earth, to your higher self. Hi, Karen. Let's say hi to everybody. Hi, Vicky Howe. Hi, Maria has perfect health. Hi, Tea Garden Chicken. I love saying that name. And Lauren Hunsiger, how are you? I think we got everybody. It's nice to see everybody here. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you and your energy.
Yeah.
So, enough about everything. Oh, and Hypnicity just showed up. Hi, Hypnicity. So, as we are stabilizing or getting our sea legs, I should say, it is good to have a clearing, and that's what Debbie's going to do. Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, I will be for sure. And the other layer that we have is the Lemurian astrology. Today is the last day
Mm.
of Ma'ita, which is the last day of the undistorted light. Usually with the Ma'itas, it will be the last 2 to 3 days. Although I believe this year in February we won't have a Ma'ita between those two birth signs. But what happens with the 29th, 30th, and 31st in the Lemurian astrology, that makes up the 13th sign, and that is the central sun that sits at the very center of the Lemurian astrology. So, hi, Frankie. That's so funny. Hi,
I
Frankie.
know, it's so
Love
sweet.
you. And so today, like I said, is the last of the undistorted light, and so we're getting the
Oh,
energy that is just pure undistorted light. The essence
oh,
today is the crystal. So you can pick your favorite crystals. And then with February that we're coming into from the 1st of February through the 28th, this is called tyranny. And the symbol of tyranny is the hummingbird. So
mm,
that's layering and how you're picking up the same threads for Aquarius and some of the energy that's coming in. Now, the important thing of February and Tyranny is the essence of Tyranny is the tiny voice from heaven. That means we are going to be getting information, downloads, activations that are going to be coming in. And so we will be gathering in a lot of info from you can call it your guides. You can get it from pretty much anywhere. You can even pick up a rock or a crystal and hold it, your messages through that. And so we will be in more of a listening mode, but you'll also find that this month does speak to your voice. Last month, the month of Hia that we just completed, was the month of endurance, but it was also more connected to the brow chakra. And so it was gathering information, learning, and incorporating and intuiting some of our information. So we were doing a sifting and a sorting thing.
I love that. Okay, that makes so much sense.
Yes. Okay. So you're gathering things and you're looking at it and you're going, is that true for me? Is that true? And you have to listen into your body. Is that true? Yes or no? And be prepared that you might have to let something go, because things that you may have thought were real may be completely fake. Or my other favorite is try looking at it another way. If you're looking at something and all of a sudden you may actually feel this shift 90 degrees. Oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that was why that guy was such a jerk to me. Or, oh, that's why I was so sleepy. Be open and prepared to have your perspectives shifted from the month of January. So the month of Hea. And now we're headed into our tiny voice from heaven. So now be prepared to be an open channel for some of this stuff. You may want to throw on a recorded message or a recording, because what's going to be happening is you'll be getting downloads and they will be coming through. And if you're an open channel to it, sometimes and most of the time, you won't remember what you said. So they have that recording, because there's sometimes that I have played things back because people have been, oh, that really resonated with me. Really? What did I say? And it's like, I don't remember saying that, but whenever I play back, and then it can resonate even more. You'll get that message even more as it comes through.
Okay, so would you go? Okay, we're coming out of the month of
Hea. That was the month of endurance. That was also aligned with the brow chakra.
Okay.
And so we're moving into the month of the hummingbird.
Right.
And that is connected to the voice, the throat. So the other thing that happened to me this week, even though we were in the cusp of coming into tyranny, whenever I was doing my astrology reading for this week, somebody came into my live chat that had a coughing throat thing that was going on. I seized up. In fact, you see me at the very beginning of it where I'm coughing. That wasn't me. And you'll hear me say, please hop into my next live chat, because I needed to clear the throat energy. And I was actively clearing it so that I could do the reading for somebody. Whenever my gift comes through, I tend to, it's like today, I opened up and I presented and I come in as an open channel. And my main thing on my knowing is that things will affect my body in the flow while I'm working. And it doesn't matter if I'm working with an animal or a group of people or what. Anything that they're having trouble with, I feel in my own body. So like if I'm having suddenly the coughing, sneezing, and the throat closing thing, which this person was struggling with throat, and I have been told that there are areas that have tuberculosis right now, along with the regular colds, along with all kinds of things. I'm able to get in there with my energy flow and correct that for them in the moment. And so some of you coming in here, you may actually have already started to get sleepy. Other people dizzy. And the reason why is because I've been actively channeling energy to you as you entered into this live stream. The same thing's going to happen whenever you're watching this on a replay, because the energy that I'm already doing for you is cleaning and clearing your meridians, and we're grounding the energy out and down. When the outside world is beginning to pull you around and you feel like you have a voice, and again, we're back to that again, when you don't have a voice, come back to this. I'm going to be doing what's called a bubble technique here, and I need you to step into that and listen through it and do the energy flow to open it up. Because what's happened is because you've listened to things outside yourself, the inner world is the only thing that actually really exists. And it's the only thing that we have a control of. I love selenite. That's beautiful. Put it around a little bit more. Everybody, we're going to introduce you to selenite. This is a beautiful piece of equipment here. What Valerie is holding right now is a piece of selenite wand. And it's amazing for cleaning and clearing negative energies. Absolutely love selenite.
Yeah.
Here somewhere.
And we do get, you know, the outer energies do.
It's trying to throw you off. It's trying to make you small. It's trying to actually physically suck your energy up and out and off of you. That's the truth. And so what we're going to be doing with this bubble technique is we will be pulling in your energy, and now don't worry, we're going to be showing, not telling you in a second, but it's going to help make your energy bigger. And I don't mean a little bit bigger. In fact, I would encourage you this time, and especially this month, if you're feeling agitated, if you're feeling pulled off, if you're feeling to be, but this thing's really bothering me, come back to this and do this so that your pillar of light, your bubble of light is going to become a pillar of light. And today is a perfect day for it because it's a ma'ita. We're going to actually sync your pillar of light and shoot it straight to the central sun.
Oh, neat.
Huge.
Please explain ma'ita one more time. Today's ma'ita. One more time.
Today is ma'ita. And what that is it's called the crystal light of days. So this is the 29th, 30th, and 31st day of any of the months of the calendar make up what's called ma'ita. And they are the in-between of all the other birth signs. So in Lemuria, it's a 13 symbol or 13 sign system, much like you'll see with the Chinese New Year as a 13 symbol. So today is an open direct conduit to the central sun. And then what's going to happen is as we go into Eden, the Stargate, what's going to happen is the Stargate for that, and what gives us the essence for that, will be coming through Tupo, which is Venus in the evening. So that's going to be the Stargate for February.
Nice.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to be walking you through a bubble technique. If you're sensitive to energy, you may feel me moving around you because I'm actually going to be pushing through a little bit more of the energy healing as we go through this and cleaning and clearing things off even more than what I've already been doing. But what we're going to do as people, I just need you to look up, just do this nice and gentle. You're going to look up at your third eye or a spot on the ceiling. And then just gently close your eyelids. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in. And then slowly let it out. Perfect. Keep looking up for just a second. We're going to imagine a light coming from above. Let it be whatever color it wants to be. And let that reach the top of your head. And just melt down through the top of your head, your forehead, bathing your eyes. And you can release your eyes behind the eyelids now. Keep your eyelids shut, and we'll feel that energy flowing all the way through your brain, all through the pineal gland, processes at the back of the head, warmly wrapping around your ears, cleansing, clearing, so that all you hear is love coming in. Working through the optic nerves of the eyes and the eyes themselves, so that all you see is love. Working through the sinus cavities, the same light coming down through all around your throat, your jaws, your teeth, going down through your neck. Feel it come into your shoulders and then cascading into your chest. Feel it bathing all through your arms, down through your elbows, your forearms, wrists, hands, fingertips, and watch that light go out through your fingertips and into Mother Earth. In your chest space, the same light is still coming down from above, opening it up wider so that it wraps all the way through your shoulders, your back. It comes down through your diaphragm and into the tummy space. We tend to, as people, hold a lot of energy in our tummy. So good. I'm already feeling that. Yes, release it all the way down, down, down towards Mother Earth. This light is now pushing down your back and into your hips. We're just going to let that swirl a little bit in our hips. Sometimes we feel stuck, and that energy can be trapped in our hips. Good. Pushing down, down towards Mother Earth, down through the thighs, your knees, your calves. And yes, it can be as easy as this. Big, big fire hose going down through your ankles and your feet and into Mother Earth. Now keep that light going from above. Mother Earth is going to bring up an energy from below. Let that be whatever color it wants to be. Feel it come up through your feet, through your ankles, bubbling up through your calves, your knees, thighs, up through your hips, all the way up through your tummy, your back, up, up, up through the diaphragm. Beautiful. Into the chest space. Now these two bubbles, gorgeous, everybody. These two lights are going to make a bubble, and some of you have already done it. They meet in the center around your heart space and form a bubble. Now we're going to push that bubble all the way out and around you. Imagine it getting bigger, and you're inside this bubble with the two lights coming from above and below. Let it be whatever distance it wants to be. So for some people, it could be 3 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet. Great. You should probably already feel that snick into place. Now what we're going to do, keep your eyes closed, what we're going to do is we're actually going to expand that out and allow the outer exterior of that to form into a bright white light. And we're going to imagine that beaming all the way from Mother Earth through you, up, up through your head, up, up, up through the sky. And imagine this enormous pillar of light beaming straight out through the galaxy. And it's going to the Pleiades, which is also called Matariki. And we're headed to Alkion. We're headed to the central sun. Beautiful. You can now feel the connection of that undistorted light coming from the central sun in the Alkion belt. And that is beaming and streaming straight into you and down into Mother Earth, anchoring you from above and below, bringing in these galactic frequencies and helping to remember that you are in this pillar of light because you're part of this light. That's what we're here for. Great. And so anytime that you feel pulled out of your sovereignty or you feel like somebody is pulling energy off of you, I want you to come back and reestablish this. And I want you to remain in this connection as you come back to Mother Earth and you gently open your eyes. Stay in that energy, stay in that frequency, and have that connection. That's how we get up and out of some of this turbulence that's going on. And being in that vibration will help you to receive more and more of those messages that will be coming from the central sun and our sacred spaces and places here on planet Earth. You'll be hearing them come through your guides.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that is in loving vibration to you, go ahead and listen to it. See if it works for you. If you're feeling closed off, scared, upset, come back to this bubble, establish your pillar of light. I want you to practice staying in this pillar of light. That's where you need to be. Because right now, more than ever, Mother Earth needs you to remember that connection to the central sun.
Mm-hmm. That was beautiful. Yeah, and you're right. We do receive light codes if we're connected. More light codes, more information comes through to us. It is so easy to get taken off your center, and this is beautiful. Beautiful. That was really nice feeling. Thank you. How's everybody feeling? Trying to stick on this chat. Here we go. I think everybody's still out there.
Everybody's still sleeping here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and if you've fallen asleep and you're listening to the replay, don't worry. You needed to go offline, as I lovingly say, because your body is needing to absorb and to begin with, just to relax and release. A lot of times we hold in a lot of this tension because we've been pulled off of our center too much. And you're getting absolutely everything that you need on replay. Right now, I'm currently working on somebody's right-hand side. There's a meridian that's a real tricky on the right-hand side of the neck and the upper shoulder. So if you feel me around that area, that's just me working through it right now. And I've been working on the meridians. I actually did energy work as we were doing that bubble technique and helping to push and clear. Some of you are doing amazing. Whenever we were doing the alignment of the two lights in the heart space, I could feel that whenever you were already forming your bubble. That's beautiful. You're doing great, everybody. Last thing I was going to say, sorry to interrupt, is if you do not feel me working around you and you don't feel any of the energies, do not worry. The energy itself knows what it's doing. And so it's working on your meridians and your energy system. You don't have to feel anything. I'm just simply giving the heads up for the people that are a little more sensitive to energy, because sometimes it can feel pretty alarming to feel me working around you. I mean, I've had it where it's like, ooh, that's strange. I mean, I can literally feel myself working on myself when I'm playing like my or something. It's a strange feeling. So it's like, no, it's not a ghost. It's just me working the energy field.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, this happened to my mom a couple of weeks ago. She had injections in her neck. And then, well, I don't want to.
Sure.
And you have a lump? I have a lump now on the right side of it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what Debbie was working on. She felt that. Wow. Does anyone else have any questions? I saw somebody, I think it was Laura Addis Scott, would love a message, but there was oh, here it is. Started a petition for being separated from children. I feel it's time to stand for love, and love is the answer. Yeah. It's a lot going on right now. Anyone have any physical
understanding what she was presenting? And that's just it. It felt like confusion. So, Laura, what you might need to do then is remain in that pillar of light and go ahead. And I'm not feeling you grounded. Wiggle your toes, and what you might do is go ahead and scrunch up your feet and then try to push your feet into the earth, because it feels like you need to be a little more grounded in your feet. Your light isn't going all the way into Mother Earth.
Oh, wow.
And that may help with this situation because it feels like it's a little cut off. It's not fully connected. And that by doing that energetically, you may actually find that that will help to resolve in your 3D world, in your material world. Okay, that feels like you're actually starting to do a connection. Scrunch your toes up again and then push your feet back down into the earth. Just even in your shoes or at home in your carpet or what have you, you can do that. Relax your toes now. I can feel that. Relax your toes now and then push down into Mother Earth. Okay. Now imagine you've got tree roots going from the bottom of your feet and they're diving into Mother Earth. And she's easily giving way, but she's also supporting you. And then she's offering you up. It looks like a honey color. And that may just be the color that I'm seeing. If you're seeing another color, go with it. But she's giving you supportive energy to help anchor you more and more into your Earth Star chakra, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you're not grounded, not fully. So that may help. You may start to see things shift then in the outer world.
And sometimes when I'm grounding, like I will place my feet on the floor if I'm not outside, and I'll like do my ankles in circles, like one right side, then go to the left side, and I can't tell you how much energy that opens up for when you completely get into that grounding feeling.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuckness in our joint areas, right? Like your wrist area, and you can keep moving those, your elbows. And this is something that we truly need to do at least once a day.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like
absolutely?
Yeah.
And I would say even more frequently.
More. Yeah. Even more.
You really want to get in the state of being always connected in that pillar of light to Mother Earth and to the central sun.
Yes. Gwen, I'm looking for your email and I don't see it. How long ago did you send it? I'm sorry. I will. Oh, well, here it is. It's popping up. I must have missed it. What day was it? I will definitely get back to you as soon as the show's over today. Thank you, Glenn. Yeah, to me it is a very powerful year. I love how it started off, how you explained it with the what's resonating with you, what's your truth, what's true, what's not true. That is so important. I mean, I get pulled off a lot, and I'm always pulling myself back. Hopefully, and I'm thinking,
it sometimes, it takes practice, sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do. I do this every day for 20 years. It's just, it amazes me.
Yeah, we'll say that we've done our spiritual practices, but honestly, we do this much. We'll do our stuff, but we're doing this much, and then we're spending this much out in the 3D world but when we're doing, we're also getting programming back from lower entities, the 2D creations and the other duality creations, which
and it's very quick, because they are like literally fighting to stay relevant.
Correct. They're fighting to stay alive because they feed off of your energy, and so for that alone, they're going to be extremely persistent, which means you have to be persistent, which means you'll definitely want to come back and redo that bubble technique as many times as you need. The end goal is to try to stay in that pillar of light and that bubble all the time. That's where you're going towards. Instead of just doing it a small amount during the day, you have to keep resetting it and resetting it.
Reset.
It's boring, but that's just it. I mean, you've been programmed the other way because of it. You've had programming for 90% of your life.
Not longer, right? And how many lifetimes, right? How many has the programming is deep in us. This is why there's dark nights of the soul, why you do shadow work and all of these types of things. And you know, that's a really good point, though, that you just said, where they are trying to stay alive. I mean, it's truly what's going on, and it is every second. And I say this in all my shows. In every moment, you got to check and see where you're at. If you are feeling off, and put your hand on your heart, check to see if that bubbles, see if you're connected, see if you're grounded. It's so easy for us to be pulled out of center. It's all around us, right?
Yeah.
There's our community, and I'm very grateful for it. You know, we are consciously awake and aware of most what's going on. You know, and it really doesn't. Again, the external world, just like Debbie said, really doesn't. It's not our problem. Our energy column is our focus. Our main focus is us. And it's important to remember where's the focus.
That's just everybody that's here are going to hear this on the replay. That actually is your job.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people look for their purpose, and you probably will have your messages coming in this month if there are other missions or other things that you need to do. But the very first thing that all of these missions begin with is that starting off with that bubble technique and creating that pillar of light so that you are connected. Because the Earth and the galaxy right now, they need you to be in that shaft of light, in that alignment right now.
And anchored into Mother Earth and connected to your higher self. Do you mind, like, okay, if we were to say, you know, what is, hi Leah, hi everybody, hi Peace Mama. When you wake up in the morning, right? What do you do? Like, how do you start your day? How do you start your...
Most of my day is actually, I've already done the setup at night because I've already done the cleansing and the clearing. And so I literally do the bubble technique as I'm drifting off to sleep. And then since probably 2021, I have been actively doing a lot of upgrading, and it's not just me. I have 10D entities that come in and have been upgrading me actively since 2021. And so whenever I wake up in the morning, a lot of times I'm already in that higher frequency because they've been working on me all night. And that's just too, you can set the intent that only your highest good will come through as you sleep. And so the other thing is, it's exactly the same process. I will start off in alignment. I allow the color of light to come from above. And colored lights, that's one thing, they can change. So it doesn't have to be the same color. And I know sometimes it'll come in and it's like, ugh, that's an icky color. If you can allow it to be that color, sometimes it's coming in for a specific reason. One of your chakras may actually be low, and in Lemuria we call it Kaha, but one of your energy centers may actually be low in that color frequency because it is a frequency, and so those colors may be coming in for a specific reason to help recharge your energy system so that you're running on all four cylinders, as it were. And if it's something that you just absolutely reject, you can imagine that going off into Mother Earth. You know, let her take it, because she does this amazing transformation with icky energy, and you're not harming her. Trust me. Amazing.
No, I was kind of surprised today. The colors usually, I usually have the same. Do silver gold all the time, and sometimes they're just opposite. You know, today was a real fun baby blue, and just like. In a like a real fine pink coming up from Mother Earth. So it was really cool, and I love that. I love, because color is frequency, right? Everything is frequency. Everything is frequency, and we are frequency. We're electromagnetic beings, right? And connecting to those colors, or to, you know, a lot of times I'll connect to planets. Like I'll go and lay on Pluto, you know, and just kind of get, tribe and things like that. But whatever does it for you, like whatever is, again, and remember what Debbie said, it's got to be of a higher,
Yes. And the
higher
other thing
vibration.
you can do too is because we're coming in with Aquarius can be, thinking in terms of the galaxies. Sometimes we can have a fear that we're just going to float off into space. And that's terrifying. If that's terrifying to you, imagine yourself laying in a meadow or under a tree and Mother Earth is just holding you. Instead of going outward, you can take journeys inward into different spaces inside Mother Earth.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there's so many times I've been like, I do like being out in space now. At first, I remember years ago when I would go out, and the dragons would go, we're with you, and I'm like, oh no, where are we going? What are we tethered to?
I find the same, yeah. It's terrifying sometimes.
Yeah.
I can remember being really scared sometimes, and it's like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna hang out here. I'll catch you next time.
What am I tethered to? And this is what I love when they said, "What are you?" When I would say, I don't feel like I'm tethered to something. They'd say, "You have your own Merkaba. You are your own
light ship."
Well, your own light ship, right? And I couldn't, and I'd be like, oh my God, is that so cool? And then, in your human mind, I'm thinking of, well, where's the steering wheel? Where's the brakes?
How do I work this?
Yeah, but you don't need to do any of that because it's just, it's just a natural thing for us. But it does take time, right?
Yes.
And same with the colors, like each color. I love how everybody's putting their colors in. Leah heard turquoise is Atlantean, then what is Lumerian? Oh,
we don't have specific colors, so that's actually a trick. And turquoise, while I understand the color theory because it would be connected to, like the Bimini Road, and
water,
all colors belong to all nations, belong to all creeds, belongs to all energies.
I love that.
If I was to say with Lemurian, it probably would be the Kumara, which is the color purple for royalty.
That's what I was seeing, like a real nice, like.
But as I said, I don't like binding them because it can really work with any of the colors. Like some of the colors that's coming in, the sacred amber. Amber is connected to Tona, which is the stargate for the child, and that is the stargate for Kopanui, which is the sign of the wombat in June. So there is a lot of orange and a lot of amber. That color, if you look in the astronomy for the Southern Cross, you'll see that bright orange star in the Southern Cross. That's the color we're aiming for, and you'll see that. That's just it. We're getting these glimpses, and they're interweaving between the Lemurian information and what we're being presented with Capricorn and Aquarius and our color and everything right now. So it's interesting to see the glimpses as we're coming in.
That's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah. And I've noticed, I'd say the last couple of years, like colors are like even, it's really hard to explain. Like different. They're just more vibrant, more alive, I guess would be the word, than they were. It's just really cool how the frequencies coming in are really elevating everything. And those that don't want us to elevate in frequency are doing everything they can to keep us tethered down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And you'll find things that are
all day, every day.
They're dopamine traps, and that can be from the sugar that you're getting in your foods to watching favorite TV shows to watching or playing video games. Those are all dopamine triggers, and so by doing that, they keep you stuck in a loop, and they want you stuck in a loop because then they're sucking off your energy while you're stuck in a loop.
Oh, so interesting. So like if you're playing video games constantly or doom scrolling or whatever, that's kind of
right. Doom scrolling too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit is fine. that's not going to hurt you. But if you're looking up and you've gone like 24 hours of doom scrolling and you're like, I don't feel so good,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why you don't feel so good, is because they have been feeding off of your energy that whole time. You don't feel so good because you just had your energy depleted. They're using you for a battery, which, like I said, is yes, Tona. Only I would capitalize the N. But yes, that is the correct spelling for Tona. Tona is the Stargate for Koponui, which is like I said, the child. It's called the Child Stargate because it's connected to the sign of the child, which would be the wombat. Also, creativity. I don't know about green obsidian. You might be thinking in terms of, there is green jade stone that comes from New Zealand. And so that's one. But the green obsidian itself will be good for any obsidian. This tends to be really good for grounding purposes.
Oh, that's a pretty one. Now I have this black, of course, obsidian. This has got through lots of stuff. But the green is said to metaphysical healing properties, spiritual connection, jewelry. It almost looks like it's candy. It's so pretty. Harbinger of peace is what it says. The glistening stone is a harbinger of peace.
Leah, you're right. Sports has taken the men away from true masculine work. You are correct, because anything that creates a them versus us scenario is a 2D creation by 2D entities. And they're doing that them versus us duality thing in order to siphon off your energy. That is the truth.
Well, wait, where were you? I'm sorry.
Sure.
I had a vision in my heart of
green obsidian growing to the ground that kept growing. That is your connection. Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing your connection, and you're absolutely seeing your heart connection through that. And so you're actually in the process of growing right now, and that is showing you. So do things that connect you to Mother Earth, even if it's to continually go over that vision again and again. Green is another color. Green and pink are both two colors that are connected to the heart chakra.
High heart too, and also the triangle is very, very important.
Which speaks to, it's going to speak to Tafaya, which is the heart, which is the feminine energy. Tamatua, which is the head energy, which is the masculine energy, and Tatama, to bring back to the child. Tatama is the high heart chakra, the high heart energy, which is in between both, which is where we're aiming.
Yeah. And are you saying that, like, the inner child kind of resides there, right? Do you feel that? I feel that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leah's making me hungry with his potato pancakes. No, I need a potato pancake. No, right? Let's see. And let's send some love to Karen's mom.
Please. Yes, please. Okay.
Her mom's 100 years old. And
101.
101.
She just had her 101st birthday.
She just had her 101st. That's right. And she wasn't able to hold food down. So and they can't operate on her.
Correct.
Just want more food.
So I'm going to send out some energy, Karen, just to her midline, to her stomach. And, obviously, if she's ready to go, she's going to go. There's not anything I can do about that. But I'm definitely going to be sending her energy to ease that pain level while she's in this transformation moment. And big hugs to you.
Yeah. Big hugs, Karen. We love you, Karen. And we're here for you. And everybody is sending you Jello and juice is all.
You'd be surprised. Jello and juice, that actually is pretty sustaining. So a lot of it is she's just dealing with pain. So I'm literally working with her energy system right now as we speak. So, but a lot of it is going to be up to her, honey. If she's ready to go over, then she will go over, plain and simple. And like I've said before, there's been a lot of times that love has kept us on this side longer. That when we have to go, we have to go, because then our cup is completely full and we need to tip it over on the other side. All of that information has to be done. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. She's about ready to pass over. So.
Well, she's like, no catch wants to get away from me and go down. Oh. And there, you know, to transition. And I know words. I'm not trying to make it sound flowery, but it isn't like she's leaving forever. I mean, physically, yes. Spiritually, no.
Can you tell me why snakes are such a big part of my consciousness? All of us, I know we have this innate fear of snakes, but all of us we do have an inner snake ourselves, and don't freak out over it. But your brain, your skull, and your spine, all of us share that as vertebrates, which separate us from jellyfish. But that's just it. That's part of, and also the other part to snakes is the Leah, I'm having things come in for you. It speaks to the old, it's speaking to the old knowledge base of, not to offend people, but the Adam and the Eve story, and really still, I think Eve got framed. But anyways, going with the old story, Eve got tempted by the apple of knowledge. And what that is simply, we actually have an interior radar. It's our own discernment system. And a lot of what's been going on, again, 2D entities created all these different things and said, no, you don't really know what's out there. I will give you knowledge. And by pulling your energy and your focus away from your body's knowing, because let's face it, you've got gut instincts that say that guy's really not good for me, or I shouldn't walk down that dark alley, or I really hate that. You have that built in. And so your brain can trick you. That's what that knowledge is from the old snake. And so you need to be careful. Some of your knowledge that's being presented as real knowledge isn't actually true for you. And so take a feel into your own body to see if that's true for you in the moment. The last thing that I'm going to speak to is Kundalini is often represented by the snakes, and you will also see the dual caduceus. So the dual snakes for the caduceus, which is the symbol for medicines. Mm-hmm. That's speaking of the writhing movements that can happen around female energies that are rising. And most of us that see a snake writhing on the ground, that freaks us out, because let's face it, that thing's on the move. I don't know about that. But that also speaks to the same version that a woman is going to be doing whenever she's moving. Usually a guy is very straightforward. And again, that's that linear head thing. But the heart, you can sometimes find the heart will move to these different detours. And you're gathering information, you're constantly moving, but it's a different motion that gathers you that knowledge. So those are just things that are coming in that I've been hearing. So find what resonates with you. You are the highest authority on you. And of course, as Hypnicity is saying, we have literally just entered the year of the wood snake, which is the Chinese Lunar New Year.
2 days ago.
For you to look, you might look up your sign to see how that's going to go with the Chinese New Year as well.
And another thing, as you were talking about, a lot of that things that we were taught, right? Because we are closing down old cycles. We're closing down 26,000 year cycle. There was a lot of distorted information that we believed was true, right? They disconnected us from our instinct, a lot of it, a lot of our intuition, our psychic abilities, our gut instinct. So we relied on being told a lot of right. And a lot of that stuff, it was not in our highest best interest, let's say that. So we're remembering who we are, and as we are, we really got to trust ourselves again. You know, I mean, a lot of us are working on that, have been working on that. That's the point of the dark nights of the soul and the shadow work and things like that. Not only to trust in the creator of all that is, or the universe, but first you got to trust yourself, because who do you know is coming in saying they are the creator of all that is, right? You've got to understand that if it's talking to you in anything other than unconditional love and truth, it is not your friend.
Fake. Yeah. Especially if it's trying to belittle you or to be on a pedestal over you.
Yes.
Remember the thing from Labyrinth. You have no power over me. That is profound. Remember that. There is nothing outside of you that will be higher than you. You are the authority on you.
That's right. And we're all a spark of that creator. Right. So as we are strengthening in our remembering, because I don't think it's something we're learning, I think it has been purposely disconnected us from ourselves, right? And each other. Look at, the division is just crazy. I get sucked in all the time, and I'm trying, no, I don't want to have no part of that. But my problem is I can see it, how it affects others, and as us, as humanity, as the collective. And you just want to save everybody. Well, that's not my job, and I know that it's not. Now I can be love, I can care, but I can't save everybody, and I know that. And sometimes you just get to the point like, oh, what's going to happen? That fear hits you. That's part of what Debbie's talking about, those lower 2D entities coming in and worm their way in. And there's so many ways. You got to think of us as that energy column. And as you strengthen that energy column, you close any of the gaps or the holes that things can get into. But it's still a daily, probably, I know
minute by minute.
Minute by minute now, because it is so hot and heavy right now. Like, it is on. They are literally trying to stay alive. As we raise in frequency, they can't raise in frequency. Correct. They don't have the bandwidth to raise.
But that also means that their tactics are going to heighten, because they're going to be trying to hold on for as long as they possibly can.
Yes.
And anybody that's been around animals know that nothing is more dangerous than being around a wounded animal. So to some extent, these people are wounded animals. These entities are wounded animals.
Yeah. And they do jump into people, and they do, there's a lot of things that's going on that most of us can't see or don't know. But once you can see it and you've experienced it personally, it's there. And this is so important. This is why we talk about, grounding, staying moment by moment, checking in with yourself, your heart. Where's your focus? At the minute we let whoever have our focus, we're done for. If you're not, I try to stay focused on higher vibrational information and spirit and what's coming in, and doing the best to help each other elevate above this, but it is not easy. It's not.
One of the things I'm going to speak to too, it was something that I saw earlier this week, and there were scientists that were looking. I remember Chernobyl whenever it blew up in the 80s, and it was devastating. Now, there were certain areas that they immediately had to evacuate, and one of the things that happened was they had to leave behind the animals, the pets. And the amazing thing is that you now have nature that came in and has adapted to and is living in those areas of exceedingly high radiation, dogs and cats included. And they have done tests and everything. They even showed a frog, because they said, you'll notice with the frog that instead of it being a green tree frog, it was a black tree frog. And correct, the dogs, the wolves as well, of Chernobyl. They did tests because they said, why are these animals capable of living and existing around so much high radiation? They shouldn't be living here.
Right.
There was an atoll that the same thing had happened where they had done tests of the nuclear bombs in the Pacific, and the same thing happened out there with the animals that were around it. I'm telling you this because what they found was that there were parts of DNA in the frogs and the dogs and the wolves and the fish, everything that was surviving. The radiation had flipped on the DNA again. You don't have to, like Valerie is saying, there's not really anything out there. Your DNA is already coded to be capable. We say that this is Lemuria 5, meaning that we have actually gone through these transits before 4 other times. We have gone from sheer darkness into the light 4 other times, and we've survived it. That means your DNA is prepared for this.
Mm-hmm. And we do choose to come and experience it on a soul level. So
as long as we want, yep.
Yeah. So
exit points, but it was planned. And you know, the crazy thing is that, you know, as we're going from the day to day, and we're like, I don't want to see this, I don't want to experience this. It's part of the ascension process, the 5th dimension. And so, but we beat out a whole bunch of other people to be here. And we do, yes. We observe, not absorb.
Yeah, think about that. You know, that the sperm race is no joke. You know.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, that's pretty potent.
Yeah. What are you saying here, Leah? I fear not. I am part of the source. Okay, I thought you were saying you felt you weren't part of the source.
Language was a little different. Yeah. But for anybody that feels that they are not, you know, this stuff is too highfalutin, I'm not worthy, I'm not a part of this, that's false. You've been siphoned off and you've been distracted by the 2D entity creations and the filters. Do that bubble of light technique that we did, the pillar of light, that technique we did earlier. Play that, because you are a divine spark from divinity. You came from the stars originally. We all did. You are connected. Yeah. You're not nothing. Trust me. If you're here for a reason. So just play that and know that, yes, you are worthy. Yes, you will light up. Not everybody's going to light up in the same time frame. Some of us will take more spins on the carousel than others. And so if you're having these weird time stretches, like the last 2 weeks, I've had these strange time slips where people will repeat themselves in live streams. It's very interesting. And then other times, time will expand itself. And it's just, if you need more time, you're given more time.
You can do that. You can do that. You can say, like, if I feel I'm running behind for something, I'm like, I need to feel like I have 15 more minutes, and every time it works. All you gotta do is, we are in charge of everything that we experience. So if you're giving any of that away.
Yes.
Yeah, you feel like
then you'll feel horrible. You know, you will be in that fear, and that's why I said you're actually having your battery siphoned off. They are eating your energy.
Right.
That's why I call them parasites, because it literally is what they are. They're parasiting your energy. Yeah. Real humans don't do that because we generate our own energy.
Right. Right. And once you. And I think a lot of us here are pretty familiar with our own energy column. I can feel like when something is off, you know, somewhere, and I go and experiment, and not experiment. I explore. What is that? What is that? That's, or all of a sudden I feel really cranky or something. What happened? What just happened to me? You know, little tiny, and it's subtle. Right? Because those subtle things,
because think about a parasite in real life. They do not want anything. They don't want the host to know it even exists.
Exactly.
Because if the host knows it exists, usually the animals will go eat a specific herb or a grass or a tree bark or something to get rid of the parasite. And so they run on silent mode, like you would not believe, to remain undetected.
Yeah.
So that they can continue parasiting off of you.
Yeah.
As long as they possibly can. It's pretty gross.
It is pretty gross, and you think that's
Don't
why
eat your lunch look.
I'm big on those internal cleansings, taking my oil, my castor oil,
Well,
because they do. Anything you eat can, get
and
rid of
anything. It can be veggies, it can be meat, it can
anything.
be
Yeah.
water. So
yeah.
you kind of have
cannabis juice is really good at killing parasites too. If you can't do oregano oil or castor oil, but Leah, I really send in love to your mom. This happened to my mom a few weeks ago, where she had epidural put in the nerves of her
Yeah,
neck.
I've had friends that the same thing, and it works really well for that. Gives
Yeah.
them a quality of life that they normally wouldn't have.
Yeah, it's awful to walk around in pain like that. I know. When I was awakening again, hi, sweet. I love that name, Sweet Millicent Carbuncle. That is so cute. But that is part of it, right? We wake up, we go through those shadow work and the dark nights of the soul to really you come out on the other end. I mean, I'm so glad I did. I'm glad for every moment that I thought was just the worst thing ever and the most miserable thing ever, because it's really, I'm so grateful for it, brought me on the other side, and
I'm sure the contrast.
Right.
Yeah. And you went, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
I'm
here
for something better than this.
Yeah.
I deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really cool. You get to the other side. And now it's constant. I constantly got sick from September to December, and there was another whole layer of stuff that I didn't know, but here I am, even though it was very uncomfortable and I was really sick, like flu sick.
Yeah.
And but it did remove a lot, and it's deep in our molecular structure. If I go back to that 26,000 year cycle that we're leaving, how many lifetimes did we have during those times? How much misinformation and distortion was lodged in us, on various lifetimes? To me, that's how we clear those in deep in the cellular, yes, but it's molecular, even more deeper than that, and it's a constant thing. It's constant. And this is something I did want to talk about today. In every moment of the day, like we were just saying about being, kids say you're under attack, basically. There are things that want to come and feed off your energy, and it is, it, you can have a meditation in the morning and 2 hours later things have
again
seeped in, where you need to do it again.
Your day. Yeah. You've gone out into the real world, and then
it's like, what
you need to do is have it so that your meditation becomes your real world.
That's right.
You become a walking meditation.
Yep, that's what I do.
I'm constantly doing energy work. Like if I go for a drive or I'm in town or something, I'm constantly doing energy work around me.
Absolutely. KKK. Oh, it's 11:11. Yeah, on the West Coast. I mean,
yep.
Oh man. Well, I would love
I love the right frequencies.
Actually, and it
works. Yeah. This works. Absolutely.
My mom's one of her best friends was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. My mom took her a while to find where you can find a right frequency. Yes. You can buy them online now, but I don't know anything about that. But she had to go find one, and you can't pay to use it because it's not.
And this is just for entertainment purposes only, and for spiritual information.
And it actually gave her like 5 years, seriously, and that's all she did, because she wouldn't do the
regular
chemo and all that. I mean, I wouldn't either. I would not, and I'm not in that position, and I shouldn't say that, but I'm pretty sure that's the decision I would make. I see how it's caused more, it hastens their transition time, in my opinion. But anyway, we will be back again. What month are we in? January, next month sometime. And Next month is February. Sorry. I just ordered one from Spooky too. Cool. Oh, you gotta let us know how that works.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in that and the vibration machines and things like that. There's so many cool things that thankfully all this, different the naturopaths, the other modalities, traditional medicine we can see is not really, I mean, not saying it doesn't have its
It
valuable.
has its it has its values, it has its purposes, it has its reasons
Right,
for. But it's very beneficial to remember that you are more than just your physical body,
yeah,
and there is, a whole lot of things that goes into it. There's nutrition to consider.
right.
There are the
What?
energy things to consider as well. So,
Yeah,
and your environment. You do have
yeah.
to look at, am I living in an area that naturally has heavy metals, heavy minerals that would be leaching into my environment? So, do I
Mhm.
need chelation tablets just for that to help bind with the heavy metals and minerals to keep it out of my body as I live in my environment? There's like I said, there's a lot of things that
There's a
have to be
lot to
considered.
it, yeah. And the parasites, they can get you that depression,
Yes, they
that
can.
lower thoughts that come in, because I'd
Yes.
be like, I wasn't even thinking of that or whatever. Where'd that thought come from? Question everything that comes in that
And my
you can't.
favorite is the parasites can also influence what you're going to be eating.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yep, yep.
That's
Sugar,
really scary.
especially.
I kind of got freaked out whenever I first heard that. I was like, what? But they live
Yeah,
in your intestines. And so what happens is you do have gut knowledge. Your brain is
yeah.
also, your gut biome is also another one of your brains.
Hmm.
And it can send the parasites themselves, can mimic what you are craving. So sometimes what you are craving, especially if it's junk food, comfort food, and also anything that's laden in sugar, usually that
Yeah,
is a signal from a parasite, not
yeah.
actually you. And yeah, happy in bulk.
Yeah, happy in bulk, happy everything, happy staying, stay in a high frequency as you can. Maintain your frequency. Be conscious of that and keep your focus there. I got this for us,
Oh,
flow.
beautiful. One of
Yeah,
my favorites.
it's a
Oh,
unicorn and
wow.
it says flow. Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. And
Yes.
really, we are going into a higher dimension, or Lemuria 5, right? It's nothing like what we have just experienced. It's not.
No.
It's
And
totally
that's just
new.
it. So we have such novelty for this. Nobody knows what it's going to look like. And
Right.
so, as saying, release those expectations, because
Yeah,
even in our wildest dreams, it may come something completely different, and it may be so 1,000 times better than what we had expected it.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And, that our part in that is maintaining a higher frequency.
Yep, you
And I
really
like
need to establish your point of light,
that. Mhm.
establish yourself and Mother Earth and to the central sun. That is your main job, and you'll get other missions as they come in, but it
Yeah,
may not. The fact that you are just staying awake, alert, trying to keep the parasites out of your energy field will be huge, and
yeah.
you'll get a lot more energy the more that you can keep your energy flow free and clear, and that pillar of light open, big, 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 big. Because the bigger
Absolutely.
you are, the smaller they get.
That's true. All right, y'all. We love you. Be safe. Remember, if you need anything from Debbie, her information's below, mine's below, and we will see you next month for sure. Be safe out there. Thank you. We love you.
Bye.